my friends, welcome back to Art Corner with Miss K. Today we are working on part 2 of our Roy Lichtenstein artist drawing. So we are going to be working on these cool superheroes. We're going to be making ourselves as superheroes in our future careers and what we want to be when we grow up. So that means you can put yourself as a super artist or a super lawyer or a super NBA player, a super grocery store clerk, a super garbage truck driver, anything you'd like. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, so like I said, we are going to be working on Roy Lichtenstein kind of little self-portraits. They're going to be little superheroes that are made after us and what you want to be when you grow up. So you could be a super teacher, a super mathematician, a super florist, anything that you'd like. You can be anything you want. So we're going to start off with our cute little cartoon superhero. It's going to be right here in the middle of our paper. I'm going to start right here in the middle, two kind of straight lines like this. You want them to be parallel, and then we're just going to make a nice whoop on the top and then a little bit of a smaller whoop on the bottom, kind of like a little smiley face. There we go. Awesome. So from here we're going to make a little bit of a smaller square, and you want to leave a little bit of room between the square and where the side of that face is. So we can make those two parallel lines again if we'd like. And then we could do that kind of light round smiley face again. Awesome. Now we are going to make a smaller rectangle. And we're going to kind of split right in the middle underneath that rectangle. So right about here. We're going to draw a horizontal line. And then this is just going to kind of come off. I'm making my superhero have big feet. So kind of like that. We're going to come off one more time on the sides for our arms. Just make a light diagonal line and connect. Almost looks like an L. A light diagonal line and connect. And then two whoops here for the hands. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause me, take your time. So those are the basic shapes of our little cartoon person, which I'm really excited about. So now we get to add some really cool things. I'm going to add a belt because all superheroes need a little utility belt. And I'm going to add a cape. So my cape's going to go behind my superhero, which gets a little tricky sometimes, but I'm going to draw my straight line. I'm going to come out right around his shoulder, and I'm just going to connect. And then same thing on the other side, just kind of follow that straight line all the way through. This time I'm going to kind of curve it up a smidge. So it looks like their cape is getting a little bit of wind maybe. That looks pretty cool so far. Our next step is that we have to start drawing an outline for where the mask is going to be. So the mask is pretty much just two lines, and then you're just going to make a little whoop in it for the nose. So two lines, little whoop for the nose, and we're going to make ears, which are going to go right next to and right on top of that mask. Awesome. We have two more little steps to make. Nice big ol' eyes. Two circles within itself. And a nice big smile. Now I want you to get as creative as possible with this and really think about what you look like. So now that we have the basics down, you can go ahead and put hair on it. You can put bracelets on it. You can put fun different shirts on it. But remember, we're thinking about what we want to be when we grow up. So I'm going to work on my little superhero and continue working on it, making it a super art teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll meet you back here. Now how cute is that? I made myself a super art teacher, so I did my favorite painting, which is Starry Night. On my cape, I gave myself some splatter paint. I gave myself a palette and a paintbrush. I gave myself a little bit of hair. I actually also trimmed down my mask just a smidge so you can kind of see my bangs. And that's my super art teacher. Now, the more details you get on your superhero, I promise you the cooler it's gonna look. If you want to be an NBA star, for example, as your future career, really go all out. What team do you want to be on? What colors do you want to have? So now we're going to create a background. So you have two choices. You can create a background for your superhero in terms of your future career. So again, if you're an NBA player, maybe you make a little basketball court. And you also have the option to just make a little city skyline. So I'm going to make myself an art classroom. I think that's going to be really, really cool. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, so there you have my drawing. As you can see, I filled out the whole entire paper. You really want to make it look all filled out. I put some more of these splatter paints in the background. I have a really cool idea for it. I also put some posters because this is my classroom, Elements of Art and the Principles of Design. And again, I have my superhero with all the little details and accessories that I might have as my super art teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and color this in. I want it to be super colorful. I really want it to look like a fun art classroom. And whenever you're ready for that, let's get started. Alright guys, I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm definitely going to go ahead and Sharpie it though, just so everything comes to life, especially those words that are a little hard to see. So if you have a Sharpie, go ahead and do that. I promise you it always brings it right to that next level, and I'll meet you back here. Guys, awesome job on your Roy Lichtenstein inspired self-portraits, making yourself into a superhero. I hope you guys had a lot of fun with this. I promise you, the more that you put into this, the better it's gonna look. Really think about those environments. Really think about what's in your environment for your dream job, for your what I want to be when I grow up. The more you think about it, the better it's gonna look. Thank you so much for joining me at Art Corner with Miss K. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.